Gentlemen, it's what's deserved. It's what's deserved.
It is what's deserved.
Let's do this, boys.
You're listening to It's What's Deserved Radio,
the smoothest podcast out west.
Is it what's deserved? You're damn right it is.
Welcome back, everybody, to It's What's Deserved Radio, the smoothest podcast out west. It's Brian, Steven, Logan, Wyatt. And gentlemen, how is everybody's day thus far?
Freaking fantastic.
How about the week? Is the week still a successful week?
It's been a busy week.
Yes.
It's been a busy
It has
week.
been a busy week.
It's always a successful week.
It
Depends on how you look at it.
It's true.
Glass half full, half empty.
This might be for another show, but we got to talk about the traffic out here in the Phoenix metro area. It's ridiculous.
It's getting worse now.
It
with
is
the
getting
the Californian people coming over trying to make it,
It's terrible.
Oh,
Well, the snowbirds are in. Some people like to come out a week early for waste management.
That's
so
true. That's
That's
true.
true.
Everybody's
get
coming
a-
into town.
yeah, they'll get an Airbnb ahead of time and spend some extra
That's true.
nights.
That's
Try to get the
true.
golf in beforehand and then go watch
Big
the
event
golf
coming out
after.
here. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Hope everybody's coming out here taking my advice from last week. Keep your eyes on Jesus, fellas.
And
Keep
get
your
the hell
eyes on
outta here.
Jesus. And then go back where you came
Go
from.
back.
Yeah.
Kind of came up with a lineup today. First thing we wanted to talk about and have a good time. We kind of mentioned it at the end of last episode. We all like to do it. We like to people watch. Who doesn't like to people watch? I mean, is that not one of our favorite pastimes,
Oh.
especially with your significant other?
Oh, yeah. That's
Oh, yeah.
the best.
Right?
Yeah.
So we wanted to talk about some of our best the best, most sufficient places to people watch, where the entertainment is endless. So I know we all got some on our list. Who wants to go first with a place that is amazingly fantastic to watch some of God's creation?
Logan's chopping at the bit.
Circa Day 2016, went to a Beyonce concert with the wife, was girlfriend at that time. So
Or did she go with you?
I got the tickets. She came with me, but she really wanted to go. I wasn't a Queen Beehive kind of person,
Hi,
but
Beyonce.
No, you're
but
a Swiftie.
so we go. It's an outdoor stadium venue, and I'm still a small town kid at this time. People are smoking weed out of apples. I got a check. I'm walking. I'm trying to keep my head down because I don't want anybody to know I'm at a Beyonce concert. But following people into the bathroom, I'm like, is this men's or women's? Like,
Well,
what's
it's a Beyonce concert.
you
Go
know?
both ways.
Because that was like when like the cross dressing and stuff was like becoming popular. So I'm like,
Right.
I don't really know what's going on here. Like,
Dazed and
But-
confused.
Yeah, right?
What about you, Wyatt? What you got, man?
Ooh, all right. The Fashion Square Mall in Old Town Scottsdale.
Oh,
the Kona
yeah.
Grill, because the Kona Grill has this ledge where you sit your
Yep.
tables overlooking the valet.
Oh.
And me and Joni went one time, and we were sitting there, and all these Ferraris and Bentleys and Lamborghinis, all these cars pulling up, and we're like, trust fund. Sugar daddy. We're just pointing at him,
Yeah.
watching these kids go, and we're trying to guess, and we're looking at him come out, and we're like, oh my God. Oh, well, that's daddy's money, or or something. We're like just watching them, and we're just like judging and laughing because of the type of people getting out, and we're just it was the best time. Of course we're having some drinks.
Oh, yeah.
just
The
sitting
drinks
there.
always make it better.
Yeah, and we're just laughing and just how all the just a different world of that because it's like what, and then of course the airports we
Oh,
we
yeah.
all greet airports.
Airports,
yeah.
But
the top notch.
airport arrivals, just sitting there
Oh,
watching
yeah.
there be different people
Coming up,
Next
where's
person
my
come through, you're like,
gate?
whoa,
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
just it's just
It's an American pastime.
it makes you I guess appreciate yourself.
Yeah, it's I love to go to my son's sporting events and people watch. There's always the dad watching his 11-year-old play flag football, absolutely convinced he's got the next Tom Brady and just absolutely loses his mind over everything. It's fun to watch. Sometimes you got to sit there and say, hey, buddy, that referee's not getting paid to be here. Let's take it easy. Let's have a good time. I'm as competitive as it gets. But these are 11-year-olds and these are volunteers. Let's tone it down just a bit. That's one of mine.
Hey, ref, get off your knees. You're blowing the game.
Well, the problem is that these dads played like college ball in like a junior college or something, and so they're like, oh no, and they can't just sit back and let it happen.
Those guys are. There's always the mom that's just there, and her son doesn't do much. But when he pulls his first flag, she's just so thrilled and so happy to be a part of it. There's the dad that he never made it. Yeah. He never quite made it. No. He's definitely living vicariously through his son. And then there's just kids. I mean, these kids are just out there for snacks.
Yeah. Orange slices and juice box.
That's our league right now. We got to have a water break every 13 seconds. And honestly, they get more exercise running for the water than they do on the field.
Even if you do high school football. Yeah.
And nowadays, anything that kids can do to be active is a good thing. Because we're in the technology world right now, and kids just want to be on some sort of technology.
Yeah. It's good to get them out there running around. What about you, Steve? What do you got?
What you got?
Target.
Oh,
wife shopping. I get bored. What's going on, everybody? Looking around, checking it out. Remember that dads at Target or husbands at Target?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
How they did the parking lot thing, and I'm like, I started doing that.
That was pretty clever.
Yeah, that was very clever.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's what I do. I was like, where's the bar? Where's the bar? Anytime I'm shopping with her.
Well, what about fries? Fries.
Fries.
Some fries have bars.
Yes, I was just about to say those super fries. You can go over and sit at a bar and have wine or grab a beer.
On the other side, the cheese bar. I'll take some cheese, some caviar, and a wine, please.
I do remember when they used to have those Pizza Huts in the Targets.
Oh, back in the day.
And it was like the Target in-store Pizza Hut. Feed it to your kid while you buy off-brand shoes.
Now it's just a Starbucks. And is there food?
Some of them are. Yeah, mostly Starbucks.
The fries that we go to, so I got a buddy, big beer guy. Loves his beer. He loves to stay hydrated with his beer. He was telling me a story when he first came out to Arizona. He never seen bars in grocery stores. Yep. So he's at the store with his wife. She convinces him to go shopping. And upon going shopping, he didn't know there was going to be a bar there. So he goes with her, is just absolutely floored. Can't believe his eyes. There's a bar here in Fry. So he goes and has drinks. The wife keeps shopping. He just loses track of time. And I said, well, what happened? Like, how'd you know when your wife was done? They called him. He said he's sitting there having a beer. And he heard the, can we get I don't want to say his name. I'm going to make up a name. Can we get a Steve over to check stand 4? Steve, check stand 4. Your wife is paying right now. It's like, I got to go.
Tap me out, bartender.
Awesome.
Pay my tab.
Right.
But that's a great place. The grocery store is an amazing place. The fact that you can have a beer now while doing it, just simply like, what can't man come up with?
Correct.
I mean, we are just an amazing species.
Isn't there places now where there's like a husband lounge where there's couches
Some
and like a TV?
places,
I've seen pictures, but I've never.
I've heard Target. I heard Target's going to open up some bars, like a test run somewhere. Oh yeah, I'll go to Target anytime now.
We are revolutionizing. We're not curing cancer, but we are going to put bars in Target.
We have muddy livers real soon.
Hy-Vee back in the Midwest has a full-on restaurant in the grocery store with bar, everything. So. Yeah, you lost a lot of good men out there.
Right. Left a lot
of mortgages too.
Left a lot on the battlefield there. Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, hey, honey, I'm going to go meet the guys for a couple beers. All right, where you going?
Grocery store.
Be at Fry's.
You want me to pick anything up while I'm there?
So somebody once said, you will only find a psychopath eating at a grocery store restaurant. And it's like, those are my people.
Yeah.
Oh, Westgate's a good one. We're out here locally in Arizona, Phoenix metro area. Westgate's a good place.
Yeah, Westgate's good.
It's hot and dangerous.
Yes, very well. So let me ask this too about the people watching. Does the person you're doing it with make a difference to the quality of entertainment?
100%.
100%. I agree. Yeah,
100%.
Las Vegas.
I can't wait for Vegas.
That's probably the best place in the world.
Yeah,
right there. Because Vegas, you have all types of people.
Waste management.
That's
fantastic.
That's another one.
Fantastic. Oh man,
I've never been.
Especially on a warm, sunny weekend like we're about to have probably for the waste management. Oh, jeez.
Well, you're the one that said last week, Logan, you got everything from suits to chicken suits.
Yep. You'll have some people come out in droves of. They all want to costume up together. You see groups of people wearing. everything from Mario to
It's
anything.
a Luigi with
Yes.
a squeegee.
But it is
Yeah.
funny then to see those people exit, and it's like, Mario's on the ground, they're like dragging him behind,
Yeah.
or something's going on. But
They can't walk straight.
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
and police only take the extreme problems. They let a lot slide.
Do they?
Because,
Oh, yeah.
Because
they can't manage it.
can't
all.
manage it all, so they have to take the extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
situation.
There's a lot of volunteer first
Yeah.
responders there
Oh, yeah.
to help with the idiots, but for the most part, there's really not a lot of. There's not the ability to have enough
Right.
security to manage everything.
Yeah. So if you want people watch, go sit up on a hill somewhere and just sit back and one.
Drink.
There goes
Yeah,
one.
there's
There goes
another
another
one,
one.
yeah.
Can you walk around
Yeah.
with drinks, or they have
Oh.
it like a
No.
beer
No.
garden?
No,
you can walk-
No.
You can walk around.
You get a drink at the concession stand,
You're
you're
free to
fair
go.
game.
Yeah, and you'll see the leaning walk.
Oh, that's the best.
one they're
They
just
do
like-
have like greenskeeper sections that are all you can drink
Yep.
and
All
all
you
you can
need.
eat, but
All
you
day.
got to pay for that.
like $1,700 or something like that.
Yeah.
But it includes everything. Includes everything. So say if you're a whole one, you get a beer whole one. By whole 3, you're done. There's another 10.
And you got to
Yep.
think if you're like gonna have 6 or 7 beers, that's probably $140
Oh, easy. But
anyways. So
it's kind of worth it.
yeah,
Kind of.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that walked away embarrassed. We all wanted to bring up one embarrassing story in our lives, something that we look back on and maybe not cringe at, but just like, what an idiot! What was I doing?
big dumb
So
dumb.
yeah, so we'll start with let's do a little. Let's go back to episode 1, the round table.
All right.
We'll start with Steve and go around the table.
We got a few, but I got one.
Well, yeah.
I got one
us
that I
one.
think I could top.
Oh.
Went for pedicures one day.
Oh gosh,
My wife is going to love this. Went for pedicures one day. Getting everything done. Looking good. Feeling good. It was wet where I was standing. My feet were slippery. I wasn't used to the stuff they put on.
Oh.
Place was packed. And I mean packed. People outside waiting to get in. Everything. Big. Well, I don't know where we went. People everywhere.
you knew
Wait.
where you were at.
I do, but I'm not going to say it on here.
You're a regular.
Yeah, no, I know people that are. I am not. I haven't gone in a very long time, and I think this is why. Stood up, got out of the chair, slid over, put my feet down, went to stand up, and boom, somersaulted backwards. I made such a mess. It was a loud bang and a loud thud where everybody stopped and stood up and just looking at me. I jumped up with that, trying to be cool, like I didn't do it. And everybody's just glaring at me. I was like, shit. Threw my hands up, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good.
It
So
would
it
take
all-
in 4 of those Korean women to pick you back up.
And none of them picked me up. Nobody even looked at me when that was
So-
happening. I wish I would have seen it.
It's all
That's
making
awesome.
sense. It's all
Yeah,
making sense.
right?
I know you have back problems. You've been blaming them on athletics.
Yeah, there
On
we go. There
You've
it
been
goes.
blaming back problems on athletic
It's all about the
competition.
pedicures,
It's all about
right?
the pedicures.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
pedicures.
This is
caused
before
it
I got.
all.
No, this is after I got hurt, and I couldn't. This leg was killing me after it was done.
Honey, it's an old
Honey,
it's an old
honey,
pedicure.
it's
Old
You're-
pedicure
you didn't
injury.
marry
Yes.
a man anymore.
Yes.
Old pedicure
Old
injury.
pedicure injury.
No, it was
there
a
goes.
football injury.
Yeah, thank you. No, I swear to God.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I swear it was
Oh,
football
man.
related.
What about you, Logan?
Oh man, I was thinking about this good. When I went overseas for like a traveling classroom thing, and we were responsible from getting to London to Paris all by ourselves. So we got on the Channel, which is like a 30-minute train, goes under the water. It's pretty sweet. But I was like nervous. I'd never been on a train, never done anything. So I literally I looked at my ticket, go to get on the train. I got there early, so I thought, and I was like rushing to get there. So I get on, and there's a woman in my seat, like this little French woman. She doesn't speak English. I don't speak French. I'm like, you're in my seat, 13C. I'm like showing it to her. She doesn't know. All I know in French is je ne comprends pas, which means I don't understand. So she's trying to tell me in French, and I'm like, I don't understand. And then she ends up getting up and giving me her seat because we both had the same ticket. And she comes back with security, and it's this big British security guard, and he's like, let me see your tickets, and like He's like, you're on the 9:30 train, not the 7:30. And I was like, oh my God. So I'm embarrassed at this point. So he like escorts me out, and we're in the elevator on the way down. And he's like, dispatch, this is security. I've got one stupid American boy who can't read his ticket. Oh, tell the time. And he's like, do you have anything to say for yourself? And I'm like, because at this point, he's got me. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassing America.
Yeah, you are.
So I'm like,
For shame.
I'm like, dude, you thought I was American? I'm from Canada. So. I don't think I made it any
Nice
better.
play.
Right.
So I was like,
Nice
tell him that,
play.
you little walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
That was that nice play.
That was
Nice
a good play.
That was
Nice
Good play.
Yeah.
Wyatt.
Oh, well. Mine, I have to go back in some time. I was 7 or 8 years old. I went camping. Southern California, went camping up in Big Bear.
Before the automobile.
Before the automobile, yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yes,
Model
yes,
T.
yes, Model T. Took the whole family up, drove up in the Model T to Big Bear, Southern California. We were camping in South Fork. Remember South Fork Lake? And you know how, I don't know if you remember, if you've ever seen it with lakes that have the buoy little, like, it's like a floating buoy just for places to swim for the kids. And
Yeah.
they separate it from the rest of the lake.
Right.
So, and there's this little dock. It's about 6 feet out, 6 feet wide, and goes out, and all the kids are playing. And my mom sitting in her chair in her umbrella reading her book. My dad's laying down or whatever, and sitting there, and I wave over my mom. Mom, look at me, and she's like, whatever. And all these kids are out there, so I go, and I dive, swan dive, land flat on my stomach and my chest. Let me tell you, the water was only about 4 inches deep.
Oh.
All right. All right. So that I get up, 7, 8 years old, I'm crying. I get up. My mom walks over, and as Mexican mothers do, which you can attest to,
I
Brian,
do have a
they
Mexican
are.
mother.
Why are you crying? Or if you're not dead, or your arms are, or you're not broken bones, you're fine. They're just, why are you crying?
Mijo,
And
don't
they-
embarrass me
yeah,
out here.
Yeah. Walks over. I actually think I remember. She was kind of laughing. I
Yeah,
walk over, and she's
that's
grabbing
Mex-
me, and I am crying. She's peeling rocks out of my chest because I landed like in the rocks. And I remember, and I hear kids laughing, and I'm just like, crying. And walking.
Yeah, at that point, you're crying out of embarrassment.
Embarrassment now, yeah. And I'm just walking back. She's just like, whatever, pulling rocks out of my chest, and just like, yeah. Not the overbearing mother, just you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
What did your mom call you in that sort of situation? Was it like my little sweetie or
she
my little pepperino?
I was Little Wyatt.
Little Wyatt.
My
Little
dad's
Wyatt.
name was Wyatt, so it was Wyatt, so I was Little Wyatt. But yeah, she just, I just remember.
That's a painful story.
It's a painful, but
That's a
it's
painful
embarrassing.
story.
Yeah. And what you got?
I would say one of mine, I'm sure we all got many, but one of mine is, so when I was dating my wife, I obviously was at her house all the time. I just turned 18. My wife was 15. And I wanted to get an apartment close to where she lived because I lived like 20 minutes away, but I wanted to get an apartment close to where she lived because I was there all the time. So there was this complex right at the pool in her neighborhood. So I'm going to go check that out, see what they got going on in there. I pull in, I go to the office, and I'm asking for an apartment. And they're like answering my questions, very nice. The lady at the front desk was very nice. And then she's asking, who is this for? And I said, this is, it's for me. And she kind of gives me like a look, like, does this guy think he's funny? And she's like asking me more questions. And, she's like, are you sure? Do you know where you're at? And I'm like, this is an apartment complex. I just want to rent. And I'm starting to give her the story. My girlfriend lives right around the corner. I just want to be close, building conversation. What I did not know upon looking at this apartment complex, this quote apartment complex, was an old folks retirement community.
I knew it was gonna be something like that.
And it got to the point where other people that were in the office, I remember the janitor, the grounds guy was walking through. Everybody had stopped and everybody's looking at me. I remember I told my wife, girlfriend at the time, and her mom, and I got a lot of laughs just for the wrong reasons, all the wrong reasons. But yes,
you thought it was cool. And
I
funny
thought it
to
was
yourself.
funny and cool, and it was not. It was funny and idiotic, is what it was. But I'll never forget the slow everybody's stopping and like, is this guy serious? At first, I thought they thought I was like I guess, there was no YouTube in this time.
Yeah.
There was like a prankster. And then once they realized that I was dead serious, I actually think some of them started to pity me.
Oh.
Like, does this child have no adults? Like,
Supervision?
Does anybody love this kid?
Yeah, right.
He's just out here figuring it out all on his own. So,
He was like Benjamin Button.
yeah, just very embarrassing. But now I can laugh about that
Of course.
story.
Have you noticed as you get older, like those embarrassing stories that you were so worried about when you were younger? Like, I want to tell them now.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Guess how stupid I was.
Yeah, because you learn. You grow
Yeah.
up and you learn. And I can only,
Everybody's
as a
young
father,
and
I can only hope and pray that my children make the same mistakes.
Exactly.
So I can laugh at them.
Yes.
My father's going to laugh at me when I about my story.
First, he's
doesn't
going to
know
be
it?
disappointed.
I think he knows about it. He's going to be
he'll be disappointed you were getting a pedicure.
Yeah, that's
That, yeah, my
So
father will.
That's embarrassing enough. The,
Yeah,
the
man.
fall was just the cherry on top.
Yeah, I know.
I thought I knew you.
Yeah. Who are you? You're not my son. Yeah. I'm sorry, Dad. I know of a retirement village for you. California.
Brian, what you got? Yeah. Got a number?
So we got that out of the way. Good banter. But really, I think the meat and potatoes of today, we don't want to scare away the female audience in the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes. But really, ladies, if you want to turn off the dial, go ahead.
Or mute it for the next.
Or mute it for the next however long. But the real meat and the potatoes of what we want to talk about is we've got a big game coming up. Nobody's excited for the teams in it, but nonetheless, the game has to be played. Damn it. Chiefs, Eagles.
All the Swifties are going to be happy.
Super Bowl 59.
Who's taking it, boys? Who is taking this year's Super Bowl?
I'm on for the three-peat of the
I'm
Chiefs.
I'm on a
I
three-peat.
cannot. Absolutely
Thank you.
not. No.
Wait
I'm
a
glad we're-
second. So we got
Yeah.
two Chiefs,
I
two
can't-
Eagles. So we're
No.
going to have our first fight.
I think
Yep,
we're
yeah,
about
we
to, and I'm going to take the Army Navy guy with me to battle, and we're going to win this.
All right.
Well, we got
So-
the power of the Swifties.
Yeah,
you do.
we might
I
not
would-
have a chance.
I would
I
say
do. It's
No, I'm
called.
just yeah.
I would say
Keep the Blackhawks.
Swifties versus Philly natives in a full-out bar fight. The Philly natives are going to win.
Oh,
course,
100%.
yeah.
But the
course.
You've
Swifties
never
are
been
going
to
to
Philly.
lawyer up, brah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've never been to Philly.
They're gonna
Let's
social
go.
media
Come on.
shame.
Yeah.
all the
Oh, yeah.
all of them.
Yeah.
They're gonna get them.
So I don't know. I you can't doubt Mahomes. He's not even having that great of a season. It's just
Just wins.
he's getting
This
it
is-
done.
No, it's the refs that win the game.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Refs.
Josh
Yeah,
Allen's
refs.
first down. We all know that.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Because-
over the line.
Bad spot.
Because
Right.
the Chiefs play better than everybody, and the
No.
refs
Oh,
help a
no.
little bit.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
That's the strategy to get to the Super
So,
Bowl.
Yeah,
so all
Very
right,
simple.
all right.
Just
The
win.
big controversy is the tush push. What do you guys think about the tush push?
Well, Washington had a couple of plays where they were able to stop it. If you watch that game,
Yeah.
now eventually they couldn't, but
Yeah.
they had. Well, that one guy kept flying over the line, but
True.
but still, there
Yeah.
was a couple of plays where they were able to stop it, but it's eventually it's unstoppable.
It is-
ultimately.
Yeah, you
it
can't
is
stop that.
100% legal.
Of course.
Yeah.
If you want to risk your quarterback that way, go ahead. But the other thing is why are the Eagles always on the 1 yard line?
Yeah,
I mean,
So
yeah, it's on the defense.
don't let 'em
Stop
get
it.
there.
Don't let them get there.
Yeah.
They're the only team that does it because they're the only team that has that many one down conversions or
true.
one
Saquon.
Yep.
1 inch
My
conversions.
boy right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
My boy.
I'm not excited about the Chiefs and the Eagles. I'm not excited about rooting for the Chiefs. Just as a Cowboys fan, it goes against
Yeah, you-
everything I believe in
Yeah, you
to
can't-
root for the Eagles.
you can't
I just can't do it. I mean, I like Saquon Barkley. I actually like Saquon a lot. I think it's great. A small part of me would say I want him to get a ring.
That's 100%.
But I just, by virtue of just Philly, their fans, I just can't root
Fun
for.
fact. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I can't root for the degeneracy that is the Philadelphia fan
I hear
base.
you. Fun
Can't
fact,
do it.
though. The Super Bowl was played on Saquon's birthday.
I know.
Yes, it
He'll be
is.
28 years old.
In-
Trust me, I know.
So
in New Orleans.
Oh,
it's
So
Nolans.
Not
okay,
Nolans.
Nola.
I lived there. So I
Okay,
heard it a lot.
yeah. So what I know about New Orleans is that it's dirty, it's dangerous. They make some good crawfish etouffee. They have some good jambalaya.
Jambalaya.
What can you tell us about New Orleans when you live there?
Ooh, well,
The culture.
the people are so friendly. They don't care if they know you or not. They will invite you in.
Really?
And they will be like, "Come on in." Yeah, they are great.
Southern hospitality.
Southern hospitality is a real thing. The food is great. It's very fried or very calorie dense, and yeah. But
what's the
everything.
beverage of choice out there? Cognac.
I don't know. Beer. It's the South. They drink beer. It's But New Orleans is it's dirty, but there's that small part where Bourbon Street. It's everything you thought of.
While we're on food and culture, you've got the Philly cheesesteak and Kansas City barbecue.
Oh.
One of them's got to go.
You know where I'm going with this.
Yeah. All right. You
Where
start
am
it
I
off.
from? Where am I from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to go with the barbecue, but that's the only thing I like.
I'm not a cheesesteak guy. I'm a chopped
Me
cheese guy.
Me too.
Which is more New Yorky, but Kansas City barbecue is hands
Lost a
down
friend.
Yeah.
one of the most
He just
beautiful
lost a
things.
friend.
That's hard,
So,
man.
so in Wisconsin, Cheese Whiz does not exist.
No.
So you put that on a sandwich. I'm not real thrilled about
Well,
it.
you're also putting it with some ribeye steak,
Yeah.
onions, peppers. Let's just say you go to a couple of the restaurants, you take them out, the grease is.
So what's
Going
your
through the back.
There's two famous places, right, in Philly?
Well, there's a lot.
Well, the two most
Tony
famous
and Tony
ones.
Luke's.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your preference?
I'd say Tony's.
Okay.
I'd say
All right.
Tony's. They even opened one up in Philly, in the airport.
Okay.
It's been a minute since I've been to the airport, but yeah, that.
So
Takes
I was in Kansas City for my cousin's wedding a couple years ago, and we went to Q39, which was the second most famous barbecue place. They took second in the big barbecue competition in Kansas City, and we waited about 2 hours and 45 minutes to get in.
Wow.
And it was worth every second of it. It was that good. Like, I'm a big burnt end guy.
I love burnt ends.
So
I'm right there with you.
just the sauce.
How long? 2 hours and what?
45 minutes.
Not me.
To show you how
You couldn't do that.
To-
You cannot do
to
that.
show you how wiser we get with age. I once waited that long for a restaurant. Olive Garden. Valentine's Day.
Oh, man.
Valentine's Day. I was 20. No, I was 19. My wife was 16, and we thought we were, baby.
We're
Put
going
on,
out tonight.
put on your
Going to
Sunday
Olive Garden.
best.
Yeah.
We're going to Olive Garden because when you're there,
Your family.
Your family.
Exactly.
Yes.
Endless
Honey,
salad, breadsticks.
honey, do you know that they send their chefs to Tuscany, Italy to train?
Do they really?
That's what the commercial says. If the TV says it, I believe it.
Oh, absolutely.
believe
It's
it.
got to be true, right?
Right.
It's got to be
Exactly.
true.
I am always on board for Olive Garden endless soup salad breadsticks. But
Always a classic.
The pastas have gone downhill. There's been rumors that it's been like frozen in the back, and it's like
I believe it.
I can confirm they're not trained in Tuscany.
No.
They are microwave technicians. Microwave technicians
Yes.
at Olive Garden. It's unfortunate.
at
Yeah.
this stage in my life, anywhere that has chicken nuggets on the kids menu is a
Winner,
go.
winner.
It's a go for
Winner,
the
winner,
fam.
chicken nugget dinner.
So
Steak 44 doesn't have
Olive
chicken
Garden
nuggets,
does
so
it.
it-
They've got all the pastas, and then it's like chicken nuggets and French
Yeah,
fries. So
yeah, no tendies.
No tennies over there.
I get frustrated with my kids because we'll go to a Mexican restaurant, and it's like, dude, we're gonna tear it up tonight. Mexican food, and my kids will still try to order chicken tendies off the menu. It's like, what are you doing, dude?
What are you-
What are you doing?
my
man?
son
Raised
got
you better than that.
my
did,
son got
right?
chicken tendies at a hibachi. We're all doing the hibachi, and he got a plate of chicken tendies that look like they just microwaved them in the back. You know, they don't have a deep fryer in the back.
I can't even
So
imagine
Oh,
that.
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't
He
want to
was-
even know what meat that is.
Yeah,
he
right,
was
yeah.
happy.
That's half
I
cat,
was
half dog.
hibachi's my favorite.
I love
Oh,
that.
we know it.
Give me the shrimp. Give me the sake. You know,
Yeah,
That's good.
do the volcano.
Volcano
thing.
rubs,
That's
yep.
your big kid, right?
the volcano never gets old.
The last time we
never.
went to, where did we go? Benihana. The smile on your face when the volcano went up, it was like Christmas morning. And you're
I'm
5.
like a child.
You were like a child.
I want to
Yeah.
go to a Benihana solely because of The Office. That
Yeah.
Christmas
Oh
episode.
yeah. Every time I go back to Scranton, watch because that's where I'm really from.
The
That's where
Electric
Scranton, that
City?
side of- I'm always singing that song.
You and Joe or
Yeah.
you and Joe Biden are both
Oh,
Scranton
you
boys.
stop that
easy,
right now.
Sleepy Joe.
You stop that
Scranton-
right
Sleepy Joe
now.
and
Old
Steven.
Scranton
Oh
boys.
yeah. Hey, Jill's a huge Eagles fan.
Oh God, I know.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of the
Dr.
Super Bowl,
Jill.
let's get back to the Super Bowl for a second. Hey, do you guys know which state has hosted the most Super Bowls?
Ooh,
That's a good question.
good trivia right there.
That is very good. I would say Arizona's my guess.
I would say New Orleans.
I'm gonna say Dallas.
Oh, are we going San
Oh,
Francisco?
hold on.
Oh, and
Oh,
teams
Which
are.
state?
Texas. Sorry.
All right.
Oh,
No.
state.
Which
I ignored
state?
that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Which,
Sorry.
which
Now I'm going to say
state?
Texas because they have two
Okay.
stadiums.
All right, Texas. Go.
Cali.
Okay.
I went Arizona.
You all are wrong. All right. It's Florida.
Oh,
Orange
With
Bowl.
15.
Yeah,
Guess
Orange
who?
Bowl.
Second place is California.
Cali.
Yeah, that
With
makes
12.
sense,
I
yeah.
didn't even think about
And
Florida.
another fun fact is let me look at my notes real quick. Oh, the team that wears the white jersey is a record of 29-18 in the Super Bowls and has won the last 8 out of the last 9 Super Bowls. So all you bettors out there, if you want
Who's-
to bank on that,
This year it's
I don't know who's wearing
the Chiefs.
The Chiefs have
Yeah.
the
The
white.
Chiefs have the white this year. God,
So-
three-peat. It's determined.
I take that.
Come
but
on, Saquon, backwards hurdles. Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go.
How relatable is Andy Reid's addiction to cheeseburgers?
Oh, it's
It's like when you
yeah.
do something good, you reward yourself
With a
your
cheeseburger.
favorite food. It might not be a cheeseburger for everybody, but everybody's got that one thing. It's like, what are you doing after this? It's like,
I'm gonna
great
treat
game.
myself.
Yep.
I'm going to treat myself to my cheeseburger.
for all the bets out there. What are we thinking? Gatorade color. Dump on
Oh.
the winning coach. What are we thinking?
We're gonna go green. The
Green?
lime blue.
It's orange.
I'm going purple. I'm
Orange.
going purple.
Wow, we're all different. I
We're
love
all
it.
different.
But
I'm
a
going
lot of you
purple.
guys
Yeah.
don't know this. So from 1991 to 2009, the Kansas City Chiefs had their training camp at the University of Wisconsin, River Falls, where I'm a proud alumni from. So we didn't have any Super Bowl caliber teams. We had Trent Green and
Yeah.
a lot of those
Back in the
guys.
day,
Yep.
The Priest
Steve
Holmes
DeBerg,
era.
oh, wait.
Yeah.
Steve DeBerg,
but-
Joe Montana. Oh, sorry.
But there's a
old
soft
school.
spot for the Chiefs in Wisconsin.
Yep.
So
So you legit want to see a three-peat?
I do. I had some Chiefs wear for a little bit. I don't
Oh.
look
I
good
don't
in
even
red
know
and
you,
yellow.
man. Who are you?
Yeah.
Oh, my
I
We're no
know.
longer
I'm questioning-
friends.
No.
Yeah, this
I
friendship is on
I
the
think
line.
I fell out of. I liked the Chiefs when I was younger, but I was more in love with the Packers, so I just continued that romance. And
Rather you be a
kind of
Packers
left the
fan.
Chiefs out to dry, I guess.
Even though we're Packers fans, seeing Saquon win a Super Bowl would be pretty amazing.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Because I like Saquon and ties to Penn State, and,
Ties
and
my-
I love you. So
There you go.
that
I
works.
just can't get on board with Philly.
I just can't do it.
I
Either.
don't like Philly.
They
I
forgot to
don't like both
grease
of
the
them.
poles, and a kid climbed up and died.
Did you see that?
last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't
So-
see that? He climbed up one of the light poles, fell off, landed on basically his neck and back of his head, and he died in the hospital like 2 or 3 days later.
A city that's going to, I guess, riot, good or bad. I can't
Right?
get behind
Oh,
that.
yeah.
They're going to riot no
Yeah,
matter what.
yeah.
No matter the outcome,
that
they are
city's-
going to go nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Fetterman will be there with his gym shorts.
Probably. You should stop this
His
right
Carhartt,
Yeah.
his Carhartt sweatshirt.
now.
with
He
his
came
gym
out of the
shorts.
Senate the other night with a
Carhartt
hoodie
with
on
gym shorts.
Yeah.
and gym shorts. Out of the Senate. Out of a meeting. That's what he was wearing.
That guy.
He does not care.
Have you ever seen the clip where he's like, "And the Eagles are better than the Eagles"?
Eagles, yeah.
No.
And the mayor of
Oh,
Philly.
That's the one I saw where he was spelling it right.
what it-
E-G-E-L-R.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Totally
saw
dropped
that.
the A.
Oh,
And then
that
she had to
was so bad.
apologize that nobody's perfect.
So
and it's like,
bad.
Misspelling Eagles.
Oh,
That's
On
that's
live
not
TV?
that's not a nobody's perfect thing. That's
just
just
dumb.
That's just dumb.
you're just dumb.
That's just dumb.
most embarrassing moments.
Yeah, right. Get her on the podcast. Yeah. We all already know, but go ahead and tell us. Yeah.
We know how to spell.
So what do you think? We'll go around the table.
What we got?
Pick a score.
Ooh, okay. Eagles. So I've been going back and forth on this. I'm not going to get in depth as to why. 34-27 Philly.
27. Okay. Let's write this down. Anybody got it? So we can talk about
Yeah,
this.
I don't. Have a, oh, you got a pen right there. Yeah, right there. Right here. All right, write this down.
Let me write this down. I got a lot of stuff over here. So Steve,
Logan's the
we're gonna come back and
statistician.
visit. We're gonna visit
next
this.
Next week's episode.
All right.
Loser has to do a
Well, next
40-yard
week's
dash.
Next
run a
week's
40.
episode won't
No, it'll be this will be two episodes from now.
from now. Yeah.
So what do you say? 34,
27.
27 Eagles. Okay.
Yes. Vegas has the over-under at 49.5.
That's true.
I'm gonna say, oh man, I'm gonna do 27-21 Chiefs.
That's close to what I was gonna say.
We don't. We're at me now.
You.
All right.
Just tense.
31-24 Eagles.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 24-21 KC.
So what are your
100%.
guys's like food traditions? I always like to play a little game called how much guac and wings can I fit in my body during a 2.5 hour period.
I eat it all.
Eat all of it.
And what kind of hardware you guys got to grill on?
I got to tell you, so my grill, God rest its soul, went down about 1.5 years ago, and I wanted to pick out the right grill, but I can't just not grill, so I had to get something in the meantime. And I went out to Lowe's and I got myself an old-fashioned Weber.
Love
I
it.
got to tell you, fellas,
Weber's can't go wrong.
you cannot go wrong. Yeah, it's a little bit more work. You can't put as much on it. Clean up. There's the nice grills have more fancy tools for them. But as far as quality of product and what you can do, you just can't go wrong with the Weber.
Nah,
Fantastic.
My girl's going. I need a new one. I don't know what to get.
I'm getting a Blackstone.
I told him to get a
wife's
Blackstone.
Like, going black. Yeah, he texted me, get a Blackstone.
So that's the
Logan's
thing.
got.
Yeah.
So the Blackstone's amazing. You can do so many good things on it. There's a lot of things that you can't do on it. So I've got a Weber in the yard too.
Gotta have a Weber.
So I like to, any chicken, anything like that, it gets indirected on the Weber. But steaks, surprisingly, are very good on the Blackstone. Any burgers, all of the sides. I hate cooking bacon in the house because you get that grease flying up. So I just cook that outside on the Blackstone. Cook bacon as much as I want.
Even when it's 120 degrees out.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't even
Oh,
have to
it's
turn it
Arizona.
on.
Yeah, just jump in the pool.
Well,
Yeah,
it
you
catch
adjust.
on fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just.
Men will do lots of things they don't want to do for a slab of bacon.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Can't go wrong.
100%. 100%.
Can't go wrong with bacon.
Nope.
Can't go wrong with bacon. So
Uh-oh.
we'll visit these predictions here in a couple weeks. Got a few more segments real quick. I forgot who brought it up initially. The world of the supernatural.
Ooh, I think it was Logan.
It was
Supernatural
Logan, yeah.
experience.
Was that
If you believe in the good, you got to believe in the bad, right?
So what's
What
this?
if you don't believe in in both?
Well,
Are you? This might be another podcast. Are you atheist, agnostic, more agnostic than atheist, or full blown atheist?
Do we really want to go there?
Yeah.
I mean, hey, we all love each other, right?
Yeah, well,
All right. I don't know if we're going to lose anybody here. I am full-blown atheist, but
it's okay.
I love everybody.
It's okay.
And I
It's
respect everybody's views on what they choose. And, hey, if that's what you choose, I love you, and that's what you need. And I hope that you look at me the same way. That
It's
my
good.
my friends have always
We all
said,
have
hey,
different
they love me for
viewpoints.
me, and they don't. That's it's not even. It doesn't define me. It's just a small part
Yeah.
of me.
we got
They-
the classic balance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Hey, and I love everybody. Hey,
No,
hey,
absolutely, man.
We all have different views. Yeah, and I don't ever.
So the
judge anybody.
supernatural is totally out. Even though he's atheist and I'm not, I will agree with him though. I don't believe in ghosts and stuff. I'm not a big ghost guy.
Yeah.
Not a big ghost guy.
I've got some stories.
Supernatural to me is like when I see a woman, a wife, any wife, apologize. That's like supernatural. to
Whoa!
me.
Did that
Whoa.
just happen?
I'm right,
That
you're
just
wrong.
happened.
Yes.
Yeah,
Did,
that's-
So
did we get that on camera?
yeah,
Did we
right,
get that
yeah.
on film? I mean, what just happened?
I grew up with the scary movies. I think I watched The Exorcism at like a young age.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Unfortunately, by myself.
and I was never afraid of the dark. I was never concerned about anything ever happening. But when I lived down in Madison on Mifflin Street, we lived in a 3-story house with like 15 people in it.
You're acting
Real-
like we know where that's located.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
People,
oh yeah.
People,
I know that.
people
Oh,
out there
there.
might know. Anyways, 100-year-old houses, like shoebox style, 3 stories up. So I had a long day of tests. It's everything that happens to me is always sleep deprivation more than anything happening. But so I get home and I'm like, I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to put on Insidious, and I'm just going to fall asleep to that. So I fall asleep on the couch. I wake up. It's like 1 a.m. It's pitch black. I wake up. I have full on sleep paralysis, and I can't move my arms or my leg. All I can do is kind of bob my head up and be like, what is going on? The house is shaking back and forth.
You sure you're not just drunk?
No. So I literally cannot feel anything. And I'm like, oh my God, the house is shaking. I just watched that stupid movie and now it's like, it's happening to me. So I'm like, I finally get enough strength built up, and I'm on a futon bed at the time with some 1x1 1x4 like wooden rungs. So I get enough strength built up, and I kick out all the rungs on the bottom of the futon because I'm freaking out. And I'm like, at least I can move my legs. Maybe I'll get out of this. So I kick them all out. The leg on the bottom snaps. I get like catapulted out of the bed onto the floor. And at this point, the house is still shaking. I now have feeling, and I'm standing up, and one of my roommates barges in. And he's like, what is going on in here? And because I'm screaming the whole time. And I'm like, dude, it's a long story. I'm like, why is the house shaking? He's like, one of the guys has a girl over. The house does that sometimes.
Oh my God.
So everything had an explanation. But at that moment, I was like, it's real. It's real. It's what I get for not believing, you know. But yeah, it was wild.
You paint a perfect picture of it.
Yeah.
Does sleep paralysis count as a super? Because I have had sleep paralysis.
Oh yeah.
No, I think
sleep causes
Yeah, where that
bug.
demon is above you and you can't.
I was
move.
donating a lot of plasma at the time, so I was probably low
Hey,
on
I
fluids.
used to do that too. It's good
Yeah.
money. It's good money if you do it enough.
That's crazy. Steven, you're a certified ordained
Yeah.
Minister, baby.
Yeah.
minister.
So
Right.
you're in touch with the
Yeah, so you
I'm
can
in
do
touch.
you can perform an
I-
exorcism.
I'll marry you, and I'll chase those pesky demons away, one low cost.
That's why we're
We have we'll show it on the show. We have the billboard.
Yeah.
You can show.
Oh,
why.
oh yeah.
Let's break this
boy.
down real
Let's
quick.
put it up.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
There it
Look
is.
at that.
There it is.
I've seen it.
I love it. I love it.
Let's what does
Watch
it say?
out,
What?
Rafi.
What does it say, Logan?
It says
Here it is. Tired of those pesky demons? Call Makos at 1-800 Get 'em out.
Get him
Get
out.
'em out.
Get him out.
What made you want to get that?
So one of my good friends, him and his wife, said, "Hey," he came up to me, and he goes, "Will you marry us?" And I was like, "Absolutely." And I was like honored to, And I was like, "Yeah, let me go get ordained and everything." I know people that have done it in the past. Super simple. I was like, "I got you. I'll take care of it. I'll go get ordained for you, and then boom, I'll marry you." And so married it, nailed it.
For only $49.99
Yeah,
today,
like $60
you too
bucks.
can become.
Yeah, you can.
Quick question: is it the person that
It's the person you know.
They just came up to you and asked you, like they didn't.
Yeah, we were talking, and I forget all the conversation how it went, but we were just talking, and
That's why we love you.
yeah, because
You have this.
he's the
Attraction.
guy who's going to get it done.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get it
yeah.
done. You know, I'm gonna get it
Steven,
done.
you have
yeah.
this attraction of like. I
Just
don't know.
everybody
I can't
just
even
loves
explain it.
me.
Like, yeah, we love you, and
So,
you just
question: They're
like,
still
people come to you for
together.
that.
Yeah.
They're still together.
Oh, yeah,
happily
absolutely.
married.
yeah.
They're still together.
So,
I see him every
ladies
day.
and gentlemen, his record is 1-0.
Yeah,
He's
1-0.
undefeated.
Yeah, I'm about
You're
to be
undefeated.
2-0.
You're
I'm about
undefeated.
to be
You're about to be
2-0.
2-0.
2-0.
So
Number 4.
So
Yeah.
1-0.
Yeah.
That's good.
So-
That's good.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we'll get
So-
nobody knows.
we're gonna make this this marriage business boom for you. You're
Hey,
gonna be
yeah.
you're gonna have to get a chapel.
I
in
can
Vegas.
make
Like
this
Brian
alive.
said, $49.99. Like Brian
Exactly.
said, $49.99.
We can make this a live podcast,
Yes.
and we can just branch this off and do something else.
Yeah.
I'll marry you.
Man, we got to get you one of those commercials on.
Yeah.
Like when you watch Judge Judy. At
Oh,
3
100%.
p.m.,
Yeah,
all
3
the
p.m.
lawyer
on a Fox.
commercials.
Yep.
We got to get you a commercial.
I'll stand there
in that
just
time
like
slot.
this. Hello, everybody. Yeah.
Call me.
Standing on a
Call
cloud,
Makos.
floating on a cloud.
Rafi's not going to know what to hit him on those billboards.
No,
Park
Rafi.
benches.
Rafi's going down.
He's done.
Rafi, if you're listening and if you know what's good for you, you will listen at some point. Just know that your billboards,
We'll be taking over.
there
real
will be
soon.
competition.
So-
There will be competition.
So
Yeah,
my
Don't call Rafi. Isn't
Right.
isn't
I
that a
don't-
jingle?
Yeah.
Something like that.
the commercials come out, and for those of you who aren't in the valley, it's the Laffy Taffy song,
that's
like
what
shit
it
guy
is.
Laffy, but it's
Yeah.
like call Brandon Raffy.
Yeah, call
and
Raffy,
I'm
Raffy.
Brandon.
Yeah.
So my son's listening to it. He's 3, and it's like call Brandon Raffy, whatever, and he's like, "Daddy, I do not like Rubby." And,
You
and
lost
I'm,
one,
just-
Rafi.
I'm driving
Lost
the
a
car. I'm
fan.
trying to keep the car on the road because I'm laughing so hard. And I'm like, that is fantastic.
gold.
Like,
See, our international listener needs to know about Rafi
Oh, yes.
and who Rafi
Yeah.
is.
Yes.
We didn't give him a shout out. We'll do that at the end of the show.
Yeah, we'll do
He'll
it.
come for Rafi, but he'll stay for Makos.
Makos.
Stay for Makos.
Stay for
He'll stay
tomatoes.
for Makos.
1-800, you can stay.
One supernatural thing that I wouldn't mind, that I don't really, this would be my last one. I don't believe in it, but I would go do it, and I would do it with my full effort, is, I don't know if it's supernatural or not, I would go squatching.
Oh, here we go.
I would go squatching.
Let's go.
I don't believe in Bigfoot,
Yeah.
but
Bobo does.
But I'd go out there with a group
Oh, yeah.
led by Bobo.
Oh, 100%.
And,
But what about all those blurry pictures they have?
Yeah, I
Hey.
mean, those don't do
There,
it for
it's
you.
there. He's the world
He's-
hide and seek go champion.
Yeah.
It's just
whatever.
like,
Yeah.
have you ever like you want to believe in something,
Yeah.
but you just can't. You know
You
it's
can't.
not real, but you just
Yeah.
can't.
George Hen.
You just
Yeah.
can't. What's that?
Nothing. I was the movie Harry and the Henderson.
Oh.
That movie right there made me believe it was real, and it was just.
I want to believe it's
I was
real, but
quoting
I
a
know
line
it's
from the movie.
I know it's not real. I went to the museum in Cali,
Yep.
in Felton, California, and I mean a lot of these people are convinced.
Oh,
They
yeah.
are convinced.
Mm-hmm.
I heard about the knocks, how they do wood knocks. If you hear anything, if you hear a branch break in the forest, it's not nature. It's Bigfoot.
Yep.
It's always Bigfoot.
Oh, it's
So what do you think is more notorious, the Bigfoot or the Chupacabra?
or Loch Ness.
Nessie.
Depends on where you're at.
Yeah.
If you're in the southern part of the country, going down into Mexico,
Chupacabra for sure.
Chupacabra.
Yeah.
Chupacabra.
everywhere else in the United States, up through
Bigfoot.
Canada, it's Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Big.
going to Alaska,
There you
Yeti.
Yeah.
Or you go Europe, Nessie.
Nessie.
Nessie, Scotland.
Nessie,
Yeah.
Scotland up in that way. Yep.
Yeah.
I did the Bigfoot call one night at the
Did you?
cabin. At the
Did you
cabin.
really?
Yep.
I
When
can
was
see you out there.
Yep.
What does
It
that
was
What does
pit-
that sound like?
I'm not doing that. That's- no, we're not doing that
you
here.
You cannot.
I can't remember
do
how to
that
even do
and
it.
not-
I don't remember how to do it, but stood on the back patio, all the lights off, pitch black. Can't see your hand in front of your face. I'm like, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm not doing it. No.
I'm here to
Three,
squatch and get
two,
pedicures, and I'm all out of pedicures.
1-800, what did I get myself into? And I made that call, and as soon as I did that, and I'm not trying to cuss here, but I did it. Tree branch broke. Scared the absolute hell out of me. Bolted right back in the house. Turned all the lights on. My uncle's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Bigfoot."
See, at this point, the guys who filmed that show, they're all out in the woods looking for Bigfoot, but
Yep.
they're like, "Hey, somebody, call, quick, break a branch!"
Break a branch. Sure.
Break a branch.
The producer's out in the
Yeah,
woods. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
did
got to
it.
keep the show going.
Tree. I heard the
Because
cracking of the branches. I'm I'm
like
good.
any good science, if people stop believing, you lose your funding.
Yeah, right.
absolutely.
100%.
You got
Yeah.
to keep the show going.
I just have to believe that if it was real, at some point to this present day, there'd be a carcass, something.
Something. No,
found.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
There's
again,
got to be something.
I want it because it's cool. It's
Yeah.
interesting. I watched
I'm with
the
you.
document. I was a big Finding Bigfoot fan,
I'm with
big
you.
Bobo fan.
Matt Moneymaker.
But it's just not. It just. I
Yeah,
want
I'm
to
with you,
believe.
Brian.
I just can't believe.
I'm
in
with
it.
you. Yeah, there's
Same
got to
thing
be
with
something out there.
Same thing with aliens. I don't believe in aliens.
Yeah, no. There's got to be something.
a lot of
yeah.
conspiracy theories with that.
I don't know about the
You guys
aliens,
want-
boys. You'll
Do
never
you guys
know.
want to get scared? Let me tell you. All right. Let me give you my little story. This isn't supernatural, but this is scary as hell.
Is it
All right.
scarier than telling your wife you're going to go for a few beers, be gone for a couple hours, and you come back 7 hours later?
No, nothing
loaded?
scary. No.
Is
Nothing,
it
nothing
scarier
on
than
that
getting
level.
the
No, nothing on that.
experimental
Way below that
smallpox
level.
vaccine?
Yeah, way below that level. All right, so 1997, I was deployed on the USS Enterprise. It is decommissioned now. It was
Yep.
the first nuclear aircraft carrier. So I was deployed in the Mediterranean Sea, and I don't know if you guys know much about aircraft carriers, but they look flat, but there are levels to the ship, and it goes down.
Just what Top Gun taught me.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, fun fact: Top Gun was filmed on my ship, USS Enterprise,
Oh,
that I was
nice.
on back in 1986 when he
Love
did the
it.
movie. And when I remember when I was on there, I would walk by, and I'd see pictures with him signed autograph of pictures of the crew and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
And also, I stood at the hangar bay with the door open and acted like I threw the dog tags like he did when he
Nice.
threw Goose's dog tag
Nice.
because I wanted to relive it because that was the exact spot he stood. All right, just fun fact. All right, yeah, I'm cool. All right, so anyway, so the ship has levels that go down very far below sea level. And one night, I remember somebody told us a story about there's this forward part of the ship that goes down 8 levels down to the very bottom. If you go down to the very bottom, there's another hatch that opens that goes to another hatch that opens that goes. And if you open that, there's something that you do not want to see in there. So, of course,
Gotta
one
do
night,
it.
Curiosity
it's a
kicked
slow
in.
night. We're all sitting around. We're like, let's go do it. All right. So we go down. We find out where it's at. We go down there, and we're crawling down this ladder. It's hard to explain. Like, you open a hatch. I don't know, you probably see movies where you turn the wheel, open the hatch, you crawl in, and there's ladders, and you crawl down. We're just crawling for a while. You get down to the bottom, and then when you turn around, there's another hatch, a door. And we're like, okay. So I'm down there with another guy, and we go, all right, let's go. We have this flashlight. We open up the hatch. We open it again, and when we opened it, it was dark. We're like, okay. And there's a light switch that turns on a light that illuminates. We turned on the light. No shit. There was a noose hanging. We said, what the? And we slammed the door. And you don't want how hard it is to climb up these ladders. We were up there within 5 seconds. We were so
That's
up
weird.
to the very top, and we ran, and we closed the hatch, tightened it down as high, everything was tight as we could, and we never went back.
Good thing that NASCAR driver wasn't there.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, that's
Literally.
right.
Whatever his name was.
Was that?
and
Did somebody put that there as a prank, or
I'm
was there
sure they
sentimental
did, but
value?
as an
At
18,
the time,
19-year-old kid hearing stories
Yeah.
of this, and go check it out. Oh, I'm telling you, a noose hanging
That's
in the
weird.
dark, and you flip on the light, and it's all you see in an
Yeah.
empty little room. Nah, I was done. I was like,
Welcome to hell.
Yeah. So anyway, I was like,
International waters.
yeah.
Yep.
In the middle of nowhere.
I thought you were going to tell me you saw this big sea creature, or the nuclear reactor was melting.
Jimmy Hoffa's
Sorry
body.
to disappoint you.
I wasn't disappointed. Maybe
Yeah,
it was
it was-
Bigfoot. I don't know. I was waiting for Bigfoot.
Yeah, Jimmy Hoffa's
I don't know. It
body
scared the
was
hell
on
out
the
of me. I'm
USS
sorry.
Enterprise.
I don't know. I thought it was a
That
cool
is sick
story.
about Top Gun. Big fan.
Big fan.
Yeah, that was probably the better part of that whole story.
Yeah.
Big fan of Top Gun.
Yeah, that was good.
Well, coming up on the clock, but we do have something very special. We like to share wisdom, spread wisdom on this show. So we're gonna, before we say goodbye, we're gonna do a little Wyatt's words of wisdom. Spread
Yes, sir.
the good word.
Yes. All right, everybody. Just real quick, I just want you to always remember your only competition in life is your potential.
There you go.
So don't hold yourself back. Have a great day, everybody.
Man.
Until next time, you stay classy.
Still
America.
classic.
America.
America.
Planet Earth.
I wanted
Planet Earth.
I wanted to say this in the beginning, but I always forget, so I got to say it at the end. Apple Podcast, you guys know if you're listening, Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, other platforms. I think those are the three main ones that people deal with, so we focus on those. But yeah, Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube. Thank you for coming back and listening to episode 3, and we will see you next week with episode 4. So everybody have a good week, and Godspeed, everybody. Have a good one.